All right, folks, it is July 16th, 2024, and we are watching XRP and gold lead the rally. It's such a beautiful sight. After so much pain, so much patience, we are finally being rewarded. And so many people have been asking, right? When's the reset, revaluation? When's this going to start to happen? You know, it's happening right before us. It's undeniable, with gold soaring to all-time high, with XRP having all of the crypto space in full panic. That's why I dropped the video just a little bit ago. XRP bullish panic was the title of my last video, because it has XRP holders FOMOing in the fact that we didn't pick up XRP at 40 cents, or maybe you guys did pick up. Did you guys pick up XRP at 40 cents last week? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you scoop? Did you pick up that 40-cent XRP while it was there? Because those of us that already have bags of XRP, we're kicking ourselves. And then those outside of XRP, we've had huge crypto influencers in the space who've now been activated once again. Now it's popular to talk about XRP again. It's acceptable to talk about XRP. You know, and it's funny, now all the people that are coming out of the woodwork in support of you-know-who, it's, you know, now it's trendy to come back out here and actually say, hey, I am going to vote for Donald Trump in this election, right? We've seen a whole shift within this country right now, and we're going through a historical moment. For me, it's not so much on the politics as how is this going to impact our portfolio, right? I'm not here to talk about the politics and the left and the right. For many of these issues, they're nonpartisan for me. You know, they should be, something that we come together on, just like Brad Garlinghouse has been saying with the crypto regulations. Why has this become a partisan issue? Why is sound money an issue, a concern that we don't even talk about, period, on the left or the right, right? Why don't we talk about reining back in our fiscal budget and actually getting our financial house in order? We don't get that from either side, right? And so now's the time for us to bring accountability within the United States of America. We have the answer. The answer is gold. The answer is XRP. The answer is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on a level playing field. That's all we want. That's all we demand. We don't want a handout. We just want an opportunity to show up every single day for our families, for our businesses, for our investments, for our community. And that's what I'm so excited for, is this community is going to be able to have such a positive impact, not just on, hey, we got an XRP bag and we're going to go rent a little whip and do a little trip and have a little bit of fun, because that's what a lot of these crypto kids do. But in the XRP community, and this is why we got to be so careful, by the way, guys, is because our community will be under attack like never before. And this is because our community already has a bag. Our community already has wealth. Our community already is producers. We already got something cooking. We're not just waiting for XRP to go to the moon, despite what some people think is our program. So without further ado, folks, I want to get right on into this update. If you appreciate our content, I just want to make sure that you guys have subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a late night live show like tonight when I fire up a live at 8 p.m. on the West Coast. It's 11 o'clock Eastern. And so it's a late night session. Let's get right on into it. I do have a cold adult beverage on the rocks. And cheers to everyone for joining us tonight. Let's rock and roll. Let's get it. So here's our charts. Bitcoin just shot up above 66,000 here briefly, cooling back off down right now to 65.5. But Bitcoin pumping back up to 66,000. We needed to see a clear break. Remember, when we went down to this level 53,300, I said, I'm not going to feel good until we break 60. 60 to 62 was a range that we'd been trading in. And so we need to break 62 and we need to hold. And that is what we've done so far here. We're on the 4-hour chart. And so over the past couple of days here, we've held above 62. Do I feel like we're in the clear? No. I'll talk more on that later. We have a 58-cent XRP shooting upwards of nearly 60 cents earlier today, but XRP has cooled off to 58.6 right now at the time of this recording. The reason why I don't feel like we're in the clear is because there's still a lot of stuff going down. There's still a lot that we have to investigate on just what took place this last weekend, right? And this is the type of news that's coming across our desk. A 21-year-old male suspect has been arrested, and he's up to no good. I'm just not even going to read what he was up to, but he was up to no good. He was well equipped, well armed, and ready to cause harm, and that was at the Republican National Convention. There was also an incident where somebody with a knife showed up and they had to take him out. I mean, guys, I'm going to be careful with my words here. I'm streaming on TikTok, I'm streaming on YouTube, and we're live on X right now. Thank you for sharing out our content. But you guys see what's happening. You see how far our enemy is willing to go to get their way. And so we're going to have to be careful right now. And that's why I don't think that we're in the clear. I still think that we're going to get the correction. We were millimeters away from a black swan event that would have crashed our markets like we haven't seen since 2020. We're millimeters away from that. And I don't think that we're in the clear just quite yet. So despite this pump, despite how great this is, I still... I wish that I could just go straight bullish with you guys and we could have a pump party and we could just celebrate that XRP's pumping right now. But as we've highlighted, right, XRP shining, XRP decoupling, gold decoupling, gold sending a warning that everything around us is not good. Now, Trump has come out here today and he says that a couple of things on Fed Chair Jerome Powell, Jamie Dimon for Treasury, and what he thinks the Fed should do with rate cuts. So let's check this out. In a surprising shift, Trump has indicated he would retain Jerome Powell as Federal Reserve Chair if reelected, according to new interview. This marks a significant departure from his earlier criticisms of Powell. Trump said, quote, "I would let him serve it out, especially if I thought he was doing the right thing. This contrasts with his previous accusations that Powell might cut rates to favor Democrats in the 2024 election." Well, what's interesting is that Jerome Powell, his term, I believe, actually comes to an end in 2025 anyways. Maybe it's 2026. But after that, Trump would be able to make a decision. So if he does let Jerome Powell finish off his term, it's actually not for that long anyways. And it seems like Trump right now, my honest take on this, is that he just doesn't want to rock the boat much more than he already has been. But even more unexpectedly, Trump floated JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon as a potential Treasury Secretary pick. This comes after Trump previously dismissed Dimon as a highly overrated globalist on Truth Social. Trump also weighed in on monetary policy, arguing against Fed rate cuts before the November election. And this is where it gets really interesting, folks. On the fiscal front, he expressed a desire to lower the corporate tax rate to 15%. That right there is what I'm talking about as far as the continuation of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. You can partake in the same tax rate cuts that are going to be given to these big bad corporations, right? Already know what the mainstream media is going to do. To fearmonger everybody to thinking that you can never build some wealth for yourself, to thinking that you can never leave behind generational wealth, that you'll never be able to, live out any sort of American dream. No, we're going to fight for it and we are going to create it. And God willing, we start to get some policies like this start to lower that corporate tax rate, which is something that we can all take advantage of. You can create a corporation for yourself too. It's very easy, actually. And they don't teach us this in school for a reason. And so, once again, perception is reality. Just off the idea, just off the policies that are being laid out right now, we are getting a pump in the markets and a little bit of optimism starting to return that we're going to get taxes reduced, we're going to get regulations reduced. And the other thing that we need to look at here is this next point that I'm going to share with you from Finance Lot. If they're going to collapse the Treasury market and abolish the Federal Reserve, then Jamie Dimon is the person you'd want in charge of the Treasury after the dust settles. And so this is something that we've talked about in the past. What Trump did during his last administration was he actually merged the Federal Reserve underneath the Treasury Department. This was a move that was done out of desperation in 2020 and basically allowed the White House through the Treasury to control what was going to happen when, I call it Powell's Pandora's box, got opened up in 2020. And they created all these facilities, these credit facilities to send out stimulus checks, the Main Street credit lending facilities, all of the PPP loans, all of the money that was going out. It was coming from the top down through the Treasury. And BlackRock was actually set up as the custodian for a lot of these assets and these funds that were created and going to be dispersed. And so if Trump gets elected, he's saying that he wants to drop that corporate tax rate even lower. And this would make America much more competitive on the world stage. This is the type of stuff that I don't see why this is political. I don't see why both sides can't come to the table and say, hey, yes, there's a lot of people that pay very little taxes. If you change the taxes to try to get them to pay more taxes, they're just going to change their behaviors. The rich decide how much tax they want to pay, if any. And that's just what we're up, that's following the rules of the road that have been laid. They're not breaking any laws. The laws were written by the rich for the rich. It's time for you to get rich. And this is what they don't want us to know. This is why they don't teach us that it's easy for you to go file your corporation, create your little business, even if it's just a side hustle. You can take advantage of that for the tax benefits, to learn how to bring in some additional income. You might need it to survive the inflation. You might need it to stack some more of these assets that are getting ready to absolutely rip. Gold up to all-time high. XRP pumping 10% today, up over 50% since the lows that we just hit. And now we got this VP, the next VP of the United States. This is what he had to say in response to the Canadian trucker situation. And this is when the bank accounts were being shut down. JD Vance tweets out, "This is why crypto is taking off. The regime will cut off your access to banking if you have the wrong politics." Once again, why is an issue like this political? We just heard Vivek say it on his speech here today at the RNC. America is about being able to disagree on policies, on ideas, on philosophies, on, who we want to believe in, but still being able to come to the dinner table at the end of the day and being able to enjoy a meal with your fellow American or your family member. This divisiveness, this wedge that they want to drive in between us, right? It's time to get that out. It's time to pull that out and time to come back together on these fundamental issues, like I said, that we all should be in agreement on. Do we want to thrive? Right? Do we want to grow our economy? And speaking of growing, speaking of thriving, well, former President Donald Trump has said he will release a fourth collection of NFTs, telling Bloomberg Business Week. "The people want me to do another one. Whether you love them, whether you hate them, it doesn't matter. What I want is for your portfolio to grow. I want your business to grow. I want your optimism about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness to grow. That's what I want for you." That's what's coming for the cryptocurrency space. Like I said, hey, I've been making money under Obama. I've been making money under Trump. And I don't care who gets elected, whoever gets elected, right? We're still going to be bringing it in. We're still going to be growing. We're still going to be taking action. And I'm still going to have an optimistic outlook on life in this situation, despite facing and confronting the evil that we see. And these people are sick. We see how willing, what they're willing to do. And we are going to fight. Despite the shots sent our way, we're going to raise our fist. We are going to stand together and we will continue to fight. And now you're starting to see them come together on crypto. Folks, this is happening right now at the RNC. Christopher Giancarlo, the 13th chairman of the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Remember, Christopher Giancarlo actually spoke at XRP Las Vegas. Christopher Giancarlo going from XRP Las Vegas, hanging out with the crazy XRP army in Milwaukee today, promoting U.S. Bitcoin, crypto, and blockchain innovation. And this took place at the blockchain session that they were hosting over here. We have a DC, like I said, both sides now trying to figure out how do we get this crypto vote? How do we do things in a way that is going to bring about this innovation in our country? As Brad Garlinghouse said earlier today, congressmen and women are coming to the table and now saying, we got this wrong. What do we need to do now? And the best part is, who are they tapping into? Who are they asking to help? Brad Garlinghouse, Mark Cuban, many other leaders within our space. And Brad Garlinghouse perfectly positioned for this next administration that's coming in, that's going to be pro-crypto. Now, what's hilarious, speaking of these politicians, is the ones that have wanted to cast shade on cryptocurrency, on Bitcoin. It's only for bad activity. And meanwhile, we get the news today. Senator Menendez officially convicted for taking bribes in gold and cash. In 2017, he claimed that Bitcoin is an ideal choice for criminals. So this is a U.S. senator who has now been convicted for taking bribes. What was he paid in? After saying that Bitcoin is an ideal choice for criminals? Well, it wasn't an ideal choice for his criminal activity. It was gold and cash. And obviously cash is the preferred method, They don't want to talk about that, do they? Now, gold and silver, well, the reason why I got my silver is for the day, if they, God willing, it never comes to this, but the day that they try to say what I can or can't do with my money, well, that's what I have my silver for. And being able to go down to the farmer's market and pay for some produce and silver shouldn't be a crime. So, God willing, that will never become criminal activity in this country. But for me, it's always been about having utility with no counterparty risk. And that's why we got our cash. That's why we got our silver. That's why we got XRP. That's why I'm growing a garden. That's why I have a few other essentials stocked up. I'm getting ready to have a prepping call with my Discord group coming up. We're going to be having that this Saturday. Every Saturday we have our Discord weekly call, and this week I'm going to be having a refresher on prepping, and we're going to be talking about some timely things to be doing during this time of year. What's in season, what can we work with, and when life gives us some lemons or an opportunity here in the middle of summer. Beautiful, beautiful summer out here, even though parts of the United States are getting hit by the storms, getting hit by all sorts of crazy activity. We got tornadoes, storms, flooding, a dam in Nashville that was breaking, and it's just wild out there. It's absolutely wild out there. But despite that, we're going to continue to fight, aren't we? Despite that, we're going to continue to stack real value. And that's all the way from the tomatoes off of your garden to the silver, the gold that are ripping right now, all the way to digital form and the XRP that's stealing the show right now. Let's take a look at XRP. Volume up almost 100% in 24 hours. This is just the start, folks. XRP surpassed the volume of Solana today. We are just getting started. And please remember, guys, that this pump today is not off of any news. There was no partnership. There was no announcement. Brad Garlinghouse was on stage. What was that? Fortune Blockchain Week or something like that. Brad Garlinghouse was on stage, but that was not any sort of announcement. And we see the XRP finally waking up and recovering faster than most of the cryptos during this recovery, right? Bitcoin's gone back up. The broader cryptocurrency space has gone back up. But this rally has been led by XRP, and it's being shown by on-chain volume. We're watching the activity. I'd be interested to see our activity on the DEX. I should pull that up as well. I did see Vet had posted that our transactions are up near an all-time high for this year so far. The only other time that we had more transactions was when our ledger was actually being attacked and there was a bunch of inscriptions that were being sent across our ledger. But other than that, we're at the all-time high right now for this year's transaction volume on our DEX. And when we look at the overall volume on the exchanges too, XRP surpassing Solana, it's starting to wake up. Now, I talked about this in the earlier episode, and you're just starting to see all these guys come out of the woodworks and get super, super bullish on XRP. So this is Crypto Michael, and he says, XRP, historic breakout incoming. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for those of you guys that have tapped the like. I'm about to get into some Q&A already through most of my, this is the last data point that I wanted to share with you guys. And then I wanted to get into some Q&A while we enjoy an adult beverage. So please start dropping your comments, questions down below. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure you like this video. This is Crypto Michael. XRP historic breakout incoming. In all of my years of trading crypto, I have never seen a 7-year-long bull pennant. We might be about to witness one of the most significant breakouts in crypto history. Everybody is seeing the same exact thing on the charts. What has me concerned is the potential for black swans. And you can say, Zach, that's ridiculous. Zach, just be happy. People tell me this all the time. Zach, just enjoy the pump. We were millimeters away from being black swanned this weekend. We were millimeters away from being in a bear market right now. For not just crypto, but for the broader stock market as well. The problem is that they're not done. The problem is that they know they're being exposed. The problem is that they're willing to go to incredible lengths to maintain this power. It's dissolving right beneath them. this foundation that they've built, this DC swamp, where both sides of the aisle sell out the American people. It is dissolving right underneath them, like quicksand. And as they're going down, they're trying to take out each other. And as they're going down, of course, they're going after Trump. Because whether you like him, hate him, agree or disagree, it is change that we can all see that is not establishment. I'm here for it. I'm here for disruption. I'm here for America first. I'm here for lower taxes. I'm here for get out of my way and let me go bring value to my community. Thank you very much. That's all I ask. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on a level playing field. Please get the heck out of my way. Okay? Because there's nothing that I want to do out here in this world other than bring value to my community on a local level through this platform and what I'm doing with my media company, bringing value to the world. We have community members across this entire planet. And I want to be able to get paid for bringing that value to the community so I can take care of my family. It's a very simple life. It's a very, very simple life. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's so simple. They are so hell-bent on having control over us that they just can't stand it. I appreciate you. Appreciate the gifts, guys. Appreciate the love that we're getting in the chat right now. Let's go into Q&A. Let me know what you think about this situation. Let me know what you're doing to take care of your family and to maximize this opportunity, the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, that without a doubt is going to continue. I mean, I'm not a betting man anymore other than gambling and speculating on cryptocurrencies and other assets, right? But if I was placing odds on this election, you guys know, I've already been saying that Trump's going to be back. And the events that have unfolded guarantee that, in my opinion. I'm just sharing my opinion. And if I'm wrong, you guys can, call me out on it. That's fine. I'm happy to be wrong. Like I said, we still will make sure it happens for us, happens for our investments, happens for our family. It's just, if this goes as we're expecting it, they're going to crash it. They're going to break it. It's going to go bust. It's going to blow up before we get the handoff, before it gets turned back over to Trump. We just have to survive through that. Hey, we've been trying to survive the past few years. The situation hasn't gotten much better here, despite the economic data that they try to cover up how bad the situation actually is, right? The manipulation. They can try to do that all they want. We know what's taking place. And so if we are able to survive, God willing, and make it to that point, you see the direction we're heading. Lowering the corporate tax rate, lowering other taxes, lowering regulation, starting to cut, starting to bring accountability. And here's the number one reason why these assets are going to go crazy is because under Trump's watch, I think that you're going to see him devalue our dollar significantly because he knows that it's fake. It's all fake. And remember what's happened to the last presidents that have tried to change our monetary order. The last presidents that have tried to change our monetary order, God be with us. That's what's at stake right now. Why is that so important to them? Why can't we have sound money in this country? Why can't we be freed from a private banking cartel? Why is it so important to them? Why doesn't most of the politicians on both sides of the aisle talk about our Federal Reserve, want to scrutinize our Federal Reserve, want to at least get an audit of our Federal Reserve and see what the heck's going on behind the fences that they got put up there at the Federal Reserve, don't they? Let's go into Q&A. How's everybody doing? We got a big one here from Tim. Thank you for the super chat, Tim. Appreciate you. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Thank you for all your hard work. Tim, I appreciate you so much. We are not going to stop. We are so energized right now. I got to be honest with you guys. You guys have seen probably a change in my tone over the past couple weeks because this is a matter of survival, if you can't tell by now, right? And the problem is I've been on my toes. I've been on the edge of my seat because I've been expecting this. We've been talking about this, about how this is false flag season, about how there are dozens of potential black swans. I've been talking about how it doesn't matter what black swan occurs. We just need to prepare ourselves, because you prepare the same way for the 12 or the dozens of different black swan scenarios that could play out. You essentially prepare the same way. So as long as we're prepared and we're ready to ride out the storm, I don't know what it's going to be. I'm not going to try to decode it. And I'm not going to try to solve a riddle to figure out the exact day, the exact hour, and what the event's going to be. I'm just going to pray. I'm going to prepare, and I'm going to take massive action in the meantime while I wait to see what they send our way. Well, what did they send our way? Shots were fired at President Trump. Some guy arrested. Actually, he was shot outside of the RNC today. Another guy arrested. I mean, two guys arrested today outside of the RNC. Where are we at in America's history right now? The historical moment that we're living through, truly unprecedented, where we can't allow a political party, this just happens to be the Republicans, right, who want to gather and talk about ideas, and it's under attack. That's where we're at. And Ray Dalio talked about it in his book, The Changing World Order, about how we were going to go through internal chaos while we also have the external chaos, which is typical of the end stage cycle of empires. And that's the thing. I believe in American exceptionalism. You guys can tell, right? I'm proud to be an American. I love our values. I love the opportunity that we created for so many Americans around this world, and why, tens of millions of people come to our country every single year. I'm very proud of that. But the problem is, if these folks get their way, you see what path we're heading down. And you see what they're willing to do. And it does take us to a place where we no longer have any opportunity for that level playing field. That's why I'm so excited for this new system backed by DLT technology and real assets. It's the perfect combination, match made in heaven. We get these trustless, permissionless systems where we can actually represent value tokenized on ledger, and we can transact that value 24/7, 365 at nearly no cost with full transparency. This is the only chance that humanity has. I've talked about this for a while. When you get decentralized elections that are verified on blockchain DLT, when you get decentralized media that actually allows everybody to speak freely, and then you get decentralized currency, that's the trifecta that frees the people. Decentralized voting, decentralized media, decentralized currency. With those tools, you give the power back to the people. And as I've stated with XRP, to me, XRP leveled the playing field for the world. It's up to us in the United States to actually back our dollar by real value if we want to maintain the number one reserve currency. We've already lost our share of the reserve currency. That's already happened. We've lost about 10% of that stake as far as the world reserve currency in the past 10 years, from 2014 to 2024. Now, we still have the number one reserve currency, but we've lost that share. And the gap is tightening between us and the other contenders. Now, the problem is with groups like BRICS and others is that none of them trust each other either. And this is where you insert the neutral bridge currency, the neutral ledger, like an XRPL, and an asset in XRP, right? That everybody can store, everybody can use, and everybody can tap into that on-demand liquidity as they so, please and see fit. What are we at? Where are we at? Appreciate you guys for dropping comments. Let's get to them. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. While they're trying to get us all worried about Agenda 2025, which none of us believe in, it's just crazy, man. It's so. Isn't it interesting how so many more people are awake though and are seeing right through all of this? That's what I find fascinating about this moment right now. Desiree, I appreciate the 5 spot. Thank you for the love. Collect your gains and buy hard assets, especially land, precious metals, and real estate when it drops during the pain time. It's already priced in. Camille, yeah. And that's the thing. I just saw a chart. Our exposure to real estate as far as investments, overall exposure to real estate is actually down. And real estate's being squeezed out right now. And we're starting to get into make or break for this real estate market. If we don't get Fed rate cuts, it's going to continue to accelerate. But even if we do get some rate cuts, we still have major adjustments to be had in the real estate markets. So right now, where do you sell your XRP when it pumps? Yeah, the fees are high. Yeah. Great question. So I've talked about having relationships with multiple exchanges because these exchanges typically go down when XRP pumps. These exchanges have a tough time handling the XRP pump for whatever reason. And so this is why I like having options. I use Uphold, I have Coinbase, I have a few others. I know how to use the DEX. And so I have options and I have XRP on multiple different platforms that allows me to attempt, when I want to maybe take some profit on XRP, to do so on a couple different platforms and through a couple different pairings. And, you know, for me, on a lot of these platforms, I'll probably be just going into USDC and keeping it in USDC. Because for me, I'm going to be buying back, I want to buy back a lot of my XRP. I just want to be able to, pull profit, stack some cash, and then when we correct back down, scoop back up my XRP. For example, let me just throw out a number. Let's say I have a portfolio with 10,000 XRP in it. Let's just say that. And my plan is I'm going to sell, 10% of my portfolio when XRP goes up to $10. Let's just keep numbers simple. For me, my plan is to, sell that 10%, but then actually, be able to acquire back that 1,000 XRP that I sell off back when XRP goes back to $2 or $3 or whatever it does, right? I believe that XRP is going to go this bull run to, probably $5 to $10 for sure. And maybe it'll extend a little bit further. But then I do believe that we'll get a correction back down to probably the $2 or $3 level, like previous all-time high. I think that's where we're going to come back to after we absolutely rip to, $5 to $10. And so I am calculating how much I would have to pay in taxes, how much cash I want to be able to have from that move, and at what level I'm going to buy back that XRP back at, right? So basically, I'll just keep the USDC. Say I'm using Uphold. I'm going to keep that USDC on Uphold. And I'm going to have my buy order ready to go for XRP back at $2. And that way, I'm going to, able to pull out some of my initial investment. I'm able to pull out some cash because I've gone very long on XRP. I'm very overweight on my portfolio. And so I'm going to take a little bit of profit. But I like having XRP and I want my XRP back after I take a little bit of profit. So that's my plan. And actually, I'll probably do another updated XRP exit strategy video for you guys, just to run through a couple of the different scenarios and talk about, what I'm expecting, just because we don't know. I mean, XRP could be well on its way to all-time high in the next few months for all we know, right? Can wallets like Trezor ever go down? Well, yeah. So the different platforms, they can go down. They can have some issues, but you're always going to have your keys are always stored on the ledger. So say you lose a ledger, right? As long as you have your keys, you're going to be good to go. You just get another ledger, you're good to go. If systems go down, if we get a blackout cyber attack, as long as you got your keys, when systems get fired back up, you're going to be good to go. BlackRock says that Bitcoin is digital gold. I don't hold Bitcoin. Yeah, neither do I. Moneybags. I don't hold Bitcoin either. It's, I have respect for Bitcoin, but I just think that there's more gains to be had in other coins. What exactly is Bitcoin's use case? Does Bitcoin have utility? No, Bitcoin doesn't have any utility. The only utility really to speak of is that you can send Bitcoin permissionless. It's just kind of expensive compared to other ledgers. But you can send Bitcoin around the world, pay your fee, and you can do so in a permissionless way. That's, a little bit of utility, but not much. And it's not the best option. It's not even close, right? If you want to send $50 million across the planet, you're going to use XRP. You're going to use an XLM. You're going to use something else other than Bitcoin. In fact, I'm waiting for, more Bitcoin to get tokenized on the XRP ledger, tokenized on the Stellar network. And I think that a lot of these assets that aren't as liquid will find liquidity on the XRP ledger and through the AMM. And that'll be a big help for those assets that don't have good liquidity, that have high fees. Zach, it's going much higher than that. 3 digits in play this run, considering Swift derivatives, banks using daily. Trillions are coming on chain this year. Yeah, J Tank. I think that you're thinking about the next cycle, J Tank. I wish that we were going to $100 this cycle. I just feel like there's so much to clear out as far as retail. There's so much retail that's going to get cleared out before we make that move, in my opinion. Because we're going to pump off the announcement that the derivatives are being tokenized. We're going to get, more CBDCs, more stable coins. We're going to get broader regulation set, stablecoin legislation set, and we will pump off that news. But it doesn't mean that the next day trillions start flowing on DLT. I still think that process is, a few years away, but the process will be started. And just off that announcement, just off that perception being our new reality, we will pump massively. And like I said, I think, I'm not really willing to put a limit on how high XRP will pump this bull run. I mean, I guess I'm going back on my statement that I just made. I don't think that we will go to $100 this bull run. I think that $10 to $20 is very reasonable, right? $10 to $20. Am I in Fetch AI? No, I'm not. Yeah, the XRP stablecoin is going to bring a massive amount of liquidity to the XRP ledger. It's going to be a very big deal. But J Tank, I agree, man. It is all coming. It is inevitable. And I don't rule out $100 XRP. Absolutely not. See, I'm not willing to put a limit on how high XRP can go because I'm not willing to put a limit or a barrier on how low or how much the dollar can be devalued. That's what we're up against. The dollar's being devalued and XRP is heading towards its fundamental value, driven by utility, driven by use, driven by adoption. So, there's a counterbalance there. How much is the dollar being devalued? How much is XRP going up based off of fair market value, utility, and adoption? How can I join your Discord, Doc? Thank you for asking that question. If anybody's looking to join our Patreon and Discord community, just go to my website at zachrector.com. It's linked up in the bio on TikTok for you guys over there. And you sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord. Yeah, come on in the group. We would love to have you. Great community. I've been doing the Discord group for over 3 years now. And we have so many people that got in the very beginning that are still with us. We have some folks that have, been here for a couple years. It's just a pleasure being able to, speak freely with that group that's just tapped in. We're on the same frequency. We're on the same mission, relatively speaking, and we're there for each other. Most importantly, we're there for each other. And we built a community that's very strong. See, guys, you see a lot of Discords that are 10,000 people, 20,000 people. We've had thousands of people come and go through the group, but our main group is actually just a few hundred people, right? And we have a very, very solid group. And I'm very thankful for that, right? I never wanted my private group to be, willy-nilly, come in, chill your crap, come in, use the group, and then go. We build lasting relationships over there. And I'm just very thankful that we've had so many people that have come into the group, have learned themselves, and then they turn around and start to teach others. And that's the beauty. And that's why we're going to be having a prepping call coming up on this Saturday. We don't just talk about crypto. We talk about real estate. We talk about business. This Saturday's Discord weekly call is going to be on prepping. And I'm really looking forward to that. That's right, Jay. Hammer, God bless you. We're going to be talking about how to can it. We're going to be talking about how to stack it. I don't like pickles. I don't like pickles, but so I don't really like anything that's been pickled. But we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing some fruit. We're going to be doing some other things up here in the Pacific Northwest. We got a lot of good fruit up here. We're actually, I know that we have a local company in my area that produces the most amount of raspberries in the world. So we got some prime raspberry activity happening here. I bought myself a raspberry shortcake bush. It's a little patio plant. Producing some nice big raspberries. Just fantastic. Fantastic. What's up? What's up? Let's go rapid fire. Drop your comments, questions. Let's go rapid fire. Shannon, good to see you, Shannon. I know sending money cross-border anywhere is between $16 and $36. This number will evaporate with XRP. You think final XRP price will be established via numbers of transactions or fees collected? Well, Camille, on the XRP ledger, the fees burned. So XRP's burned every transaction. No miners collect that. No Ripple doesn't collect that. No validators collect that. It's burnt and it's gone forever. So XRP is deflationary, and that will drive price, right? As XRP is being destroyed, that will end up driving price higher. And so both will play a factor. Yeah, XRP isn't 60 cents yet. All these fake YouTubers saying XRP mooning, blah, 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 overhyping 10%. Well, you know, I appreciate that. The thing is that is always fascinating to me is that when XRP decouples and starts to move on its own, right? I'm not coming out saying XRP's, going to the moon, but as I titled the session, it's leading the rally. That's just a fact. I mean, despite some people not liking that, it is a fact. And it's okay to say that XRP is leading the rally. Is XRP going to the moon? Like I said, I'm hedging my bets by preparing for a black swan, which we were millimeters away from. You know, good thing Trump doesn't got big ears like me. I got big ears, and so I used to get made fun of in school, especially when I was younger, and I was just a young little boy. I had to grow into my ears a little bit more, but now that I pointed them out, now you guys are going to be looking at my ears too much. But thank goodness Trump didn't have bigger ears. And thank God he turned his head. Because like I said, we're millimeters away from black swan. From market crashing, bear market. And that's just what the market impact would have been. That's just how the markets would have been impacted. Just imagine other aspects of that. Robbie, appreciate the super chat there. Thank you, Robbie. Thanks for keeping it real, Zach. Appreciate you. Thank you. Donnie from Mobile, Alabama. Didn't mean to say it like that. I kind of caught the southern accent, didn't I? Donnie, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Donnie. Alabama's in the house tonight. You got cute ears, yeah. I had to grow into them. I looked like Dumbo. I looked like Dumbo. XRP Unleashed is coming. Yeah, XRP Unleashed is supposed to be released the second half of this year. So we're there now. I believe that they're waiting to see the conclusion of the lawsuit. I think that that's the real driver. And then I think they'd really like to see some price action for XRP. But, you know, that's a tough one to time, right? The conclusion of the lawsuit very well could bring XRP price much higher, though. Ignore the price of XRP for just a second. The technology is just astounding, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Yeah, 100%. Stu says, I'd be getting gold and silver pronto. Stu, thank you so much for mentioning that. I wanted to highlight that, guys. So tomorrow, I'm supposed to be hopping on a call with Echo to Truth, and we're going to be doing a call on X. So make sure you guys follow me over on X, because I'm going to be doing a live call with Echo, and we're talking about silver, and basically a group of guys that he's with that is organizing a buy silver day. And so I'm interested to get the full scoop from Echo on what this is all going to be about. But basically the idea is, hey, let's everybody get together and let's make some change, and let's vote with our dollars. I've always said this is one of the best ways that we can actually vote for real change and actually see something through, is that we take our fiat funny money and we trade it in for 10 ounces. Now, the movement for tomorrow on July 17th, they want to everybody buy 1 ounce of silver. I might end up buying a little bit more. You know, I like my 10-ounce bar. I've been waiting to get some bigger bars too, but for now, you know, I've been just stacking my cash, and I've been waiting to buy cheaper silver, but silver's holding $30. That's the thing, is that silver's been ripping today as well, back above $31 per ounce. Where do I buy silver in the market? Yeah, SM, if you're looking to get physical silver, you can go to my website, zachrector.com. I have precious metals resources there. And if you want to roll over a 401k retirement account, we can help you there as well. So I say, hey, let's all buy silver. And I'm not going to stop at 1 ounce. I think I'm going to buy a little bit more tomorrow, just because I'm long overdue. I've been wanting to buy silver for a while, but the dang asset doesn't get any cheaper these days. It's holding that $30. All of my silver has been accumulated under $30 per ounce, even when accounting for premiums. All of my silver has been acquired under $30 per ounce, and for me, it was just always a blessing to be able to acquire under $30. To buy tomorrow above $30 per ounce, I'm happy to do so because of what it represents, which is sound money. That's something that I can get behind. I'm not going to join the Game Stoppers. I respect what they're doing. Huge shout out to the Game Stoppers. I did see some speculation, some tweets, and some theories about GameStop is about to make another move, so we'll be watching that one. I'm not joining the Game Stoppers. I'm not doing that deal, but I am joining the silver crowd. I am joining the silver army, the silver tsunami. Zach, I know you said you plant trees and crops around the house. Have you ever thought about beekeeping? Yeah, I think I'll just support other beekeepers by buying local honey. I'm a big believer in honey, and honey being a superfood. Big believer, 100%. I'm too busy to be a beekeeper, to be honest. I got too much, man. Yeah. What is your opinion of glint? Glint's a nice way to get exposure to some precious metals. My thing, Cypress, Angie, good to see you, by the way, Angie, is that, for me, I'm stacking it and I'm keeping it. I'm not spending my gold and silver. So I like glint, and actually I've been meaning to set up them as one of my resources for you guys. And so look out for that. I'm going to reach out to them. I had met up with the glint guys again at XRP Las Vegas this last year, and they're like, yo, we've been trying to lock down something with you. Let's get it done. And so thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna get set up with them, so you guys will be able to get glint and another good resource for being able to get exposure to precious metals. I am now in League D1. I don't know what that means, TikTok. You guys have been giving me some gifts over on TikTok. I just want to say thank you, guys. Really appreciate your support. The 1 kilo bars. If we make lots of money, how do we pay taxes, and do we just withdraw our crypto and put it in the checking account? Alex, that's a very good question. Well, the way that we don't pay taxes legally is by taking out loans and leveraging our assets without selling them. The important thing to understand is not over leveraging yourself. So what is your loan to value going to be, right? If your bag goes up to 10,000, should you take out a loan that's worth 7,000, right? Should you, put up, whatever the platform's going to give you, right? Put up some collateral, but leverage yourself, over 50% of your assets? Probably not, right? You probably should maintain under 50% loan to value ratio and make sure that you don't get over your skis as far as leverage goes. But that's how the rich don't pay taxes, is that they just continually take loans against their assets, and they do so in a way where debt's not taxable, so you don't have to pay any tax there. and then said assets will pay dividends and cash flow that can be depreciated against with other assets like real estate, other assets like investment in energy. And so this is why you diversify amongst other assets, because some aren't as tax favored as others, right? This is why a lot of folks have real estate in their portfolio, is because you can get so much write-offs and depreciation and basically limit your tax bill, right, in ways where you don't even have to take a loss, right? Depreciation is a phantom write-off. Deborah, thank you. XRP and SEC meeting. So there's an SEC meeting, Jay. Thank you. The SEC meeting is typical. Is it going to be a settlement? We'll see. But we'll be watching that closely. Alex, thank you for the super chat, though, and that's a very good question. So this is something that I've talked about, though. For me, I want to leverage my assets into real estate and businesses. That's what I'm planning on doing. The only other real asset that I'm looking at right now is private equity, but I want to, and eventually you'll be able to leverage your digital assets against all of those. You'll be able to leverage your XRP to go buy real estate, to go buy businesses, to go buy private equity. You'll be able to do it all. The hard part for so many of us is actually getting to accreditation standard, or your accredited investor status, I should say. You need $1 million net worth outside of your home, or you need to be bringing in $200,000 per year for the last 2 years, or $300,000 if you and your partner file jointly on your taxes. So you need $200,000 if you're a single tax filer for the last 2 years, or you need $300,000 if you're joint with your significant other. Or you can take your Series 65 or your Series 7, I forget which one it is. One of them, you can take basically the test to be a financial advisor, or I forget if it's a 65 or 7 or 63, whatever it is. But yeah, if you take that test, then you can be an accredited investor as well. I love Glint for my emergency fund. And that's just it too, is it gives you another option, right? That's what I'm a big believer in. Just like with exchanges, just like with precious metals, maybe you're going to roll over some of your 401k into precious metals, right? But then I also think that you should have some physical. I think that, Glint's a great option as well, right? So you got it in digital form through Glint, you got it in physical form in your vault, and then you roll over your 401k retirement account, right? The other thing I've been looking at is junk silver. I don't have any junk silver yet. I've been thinking that might be kind of fun to have some of that. Just a few more minutes of Q&A, guys. So drop them down below. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I'm going to go here for another 7 minutes or so. Yeah, Shannon, I mean, that's a great point right there, is the ability for us to invest alongside each other. We will be able to invest in private equity. We will be able to invest in real estate. We will be able to invest in businesses together. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most. The unfortunate thing is that they've made it so hard. And there's these certain gray areas right now with private equity, basically is the gray areas that we're up against. But we're starting to see some folks are doing some great things in the space, and there are funds that are really already set forth with great precedent where you can do funds together in a way that you don't have to worry about registering with the SEC, or if you do have to register, it's a straightforward process, and there's certain limitations on those funds. But as long as you're within those parameters, you'll have no issue, creating funds like we've talked about in our group previously. Didn't settlement already happen a year ago? No, Deborah, what happened a year ago, Deborah, is that XRP was declared not a security. That happened on July 13th last year. we are waiting for the case to completely come to a conclusion, and that's probably not going to happen here. It's going to happen here in the next few months is what we're expecting. Shannon, we should look at that. There was that company though. I got to follow up on some people that I met in XRP Las Vegas. There was a lot of cool people and businesses in XRP Las Vegas. Stu says, strap in, folks. This week may be crazier than last week. If you're prepped, you're good. That's right, Stu. Yes to the junk. God help us if we actually need it. Yeah. Victoria says, Glint is awesomeness. Love it. Camille, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Zach, can you explain the flywheel in crypto? Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Typical flywheel effect, as you get into rotation, as you start to build up that momentum, it gets easier and easier, right, to generate more power, to generate more. And so what we're going to see is after the stablecoin legislation gets passed, we're going to see stablecoins, just the stablecoin market alone is going to go from about 160 billion, which is what it's at right now, to 3 trillion by 2028 is the conservative estimates. So that's 3 trillion coming into the space between now and then. And that's just for stablecoins. On top of that, we'll get broader crypto regulations, which will drive more as well. And I think that what's really going to drive the flywheel effect is after regulations get passed, and then the best companies in the world provide seamless, easy ways to use crypto, ways where you don't even know that you're using crypto, ways where you buy an NFT and you don't even need to have a crypto wallet, right? That's what we need for massive adoption. I think that's what really gets the flywheel accelerating, is when it gets easy for grandma to use crypto, and maybe grandma doesn't even have to know that she's using crypto in the background. That's what creates the flywheel effect, is legislation unlocks real utility, which brings the best tech, which brings the best minds, where they're opened up and they don't have to worry about getting in trouble for building out a utility token or for building out a platform that doesn't even use a token, but that just uses DLT technology, right? And that's when we get the massive adoption and that flywheel effect starts to kick in. And the thing is too, is that you get a base that's built, right? Once that money starts to come in, the overall cryptocurrency market cap can go to 5 to 10 trillion this bull run. And then maybe we're going to come back down, but we'll come back down to a few trillion. And that's going to be the new base from which we will build upon that once again. Like I said, stablecoins is supposed to be at 3 trillion by 2028. Broader crypto, what's that going to be at by 2028, right? Eric says, Zach, I saw you multiple times at XRP Las Vegas and regrettably hadn't come across your content at that point. Glad to be here now and love the channel, brother. Eric, thank you so much, man. And we'll meet at XRP Vegas or the next conference or the next event for sure. And, that's what was so, I mean, it's great to see, right? That there's still so many people in the XRP community that don't even know me, right? Despite, we've grown significantly this year and over the past few years, and we got a lot of subscribers and all that. That's great, fine and dandy. But there's still people in the XRP community that don't know who I am. And that to me is very motivating, right? It's humbling, but it's also motivating because it's like, man, it just shows you. And that's what I love about our space is that there's content for everyone, right? There's, different flavors for everybody, right? Some folks like to watch other guys. Some folks like to watch me. Some folks like to watch both. Some folks watch 20 different XRP YouTubers, And I just want to say thank you for those that take the time out to support my channel and appreciate my work. What I try to bring that's unique is I try to cover everything as far as the current events, the other financial markets. I try to speak on the business aspect of what I'm doing in my businesses, what we should be considering in your side hustle, your business. I talk about the precious metals. I like to talk about, crazy stuff too. I mostly just talk about the crazy stuff within the Discord group, and that's my little safe space. But, I have so much fun with you guys. It's an absolute joy here. I don't consider this work. I don't consider this a job. I truly love doing this every single day, and I couldn't do it without you guys' support. So whether it's just as simple as liking the video, dropping a comment down below, sharing it out to a friend, or if you join us in the private community, you go to my website, you use our resources, all of it supports the channel. All of it supports what I'm doing. And what I'm trying to do is be an independent media source that I do have biases. You guys know that. I like my XRP. I like, I want life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on a level playing field. I'm not afraid to say it. Okay. But I try to not be, I'm not bought. I'm just not bought. I have my affiliates, but I don't have any sponsorships. I don't have anybody that I have to worry about. Oh, I'm going to lose a little sponsorship check if I say the wrong thing. I don't have to worry about that. And I like being in that position where I can speak freely. I don't have to worry about tiptoeing around anything. And doing so in a way where you guys have ways that you can support me if you so please. It's all available. But most importantly, I focus on getting out the content for free on a daily basis because I don't want anybody to not have access to the content that I'm trying to provide, which I hope inspires and motivates folks to take action. That gives you the tools, the resource, and the education to set up a plan and a program for yourself. Sometimes we need that fire lit under our behinds, and hopefully I can be that for you. Hopefully I can guide you in the right direction when it comes to finding other resources. If I don't know something, I'll admit it. I'm not here to be the biggest and best guru. I'm just another guy. I come from a blue collar business. I got a property service business. The haters still call me Little Lawn Boy. They wouldn't be calling me Little Lawn Boy if they knew how much money we made. And that's fine. They can call me Little Lawn Boy. That's good motivation for me too, right? On the flip side here, I've spent over a decade studying money, finances, investing, and current events, along with history, to be able to put together a thesis that I think is unique in the space, that I think provides insight in multiple facets of this approach and thesis that we've developed over time, in a way so that it's not just crypto, it's not just current events. And if we are going to talk about politics, we're going to do it in a way that's productive, in a way that's going to set up our portfolio for success, set up our businesses so that no matter who gets elected, we're still winning. That's what I've built for myself. That's what I want for you. And like I said, if you're here in this fight with me, I just want to say thank you for your support. If you haven't already, if you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell. I went live tonight on TikTok, on X, and on YouTube because I'm just trying to get this message out as far and as wide as possible. And it really does help when you share us out far and wide. I recommend sharing out the shorts. The long content is good to share out as well too. But sometimes a quick 50, 60-second video, a quick 60-second short allows somebody to wake up, allows somebody to just, hey, what's going on here? And it sparks interest and it inspires a friend, family member, colleague, business partner. We want to get everyone we can on board this train with us. We want as many people around us to be blessed with the rewards that are coming our way, right? Because those of us in this group, it's not just about making money. It's about having a positive impact on this world. And I say that, and it's not fluff. It's not woo-woo. It's not playing around. It's no, actually, what charity are you starting right now? What business are you starting that's going to impact thousands of people in your local community? That's what we're here to inspire you guys to do. We are so motivated. We are so locked in on our purpose right now. Once again, couldn't do it without you guys. I'm going to wrap up this session here tonight. More content's going to be dropping tomorrow. In the meantime, I dropped a video earlier today. Make sure you guys have checked that one out. And you also can check out our most recent content that we've been doing over at zachrector.com. We have all of our resources there for you guys as well. And then make sure you guys stay tuned because on X tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that would be 1 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to be going live with Echo the Truth. And we're going to be talking about silver, precious metals, and the historical run that's happening, and a community, a grassroots effort to really expose folks to sound money principles. I cannot wait to share that one with you guys tomorrow. Once again, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be over on X. Make sure you guys follow me there. Solid Stellar, I appreciate the 20 spot so much. You guys have made it rain tonight in the super chats, and I greatly appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you all. Thank you so much.